In this video, I'm here at the pond alone. I had my walkie-talkies and my parents aren't going to allow me to do it. And there's quarter rants on the trees, so let's scare them off. Oh, one's taking off there. I think he's going for another tree as well. Probably so. No, he's not actually. Probably he wants to fly away from the pond. There's many quarter rants on the trees, so I'm gonna scare him. Let's try kicking the tree. That worked. Still doesn't work. But it still doesn't work. Quarter rants should be pretty scared of that. Igua. Oh, that echo, but still didn't work. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo. The quarter rants don't think it's danger. I thought they would, but it's not something scary enough. Usually at the woods, there's a lot of serious stuff, so let's try picking up something from there. Because usually when I pick up something, I either throw it up at them or get something big enough that looks huge and scary. And so we look and feel pretty scared, or in some cases even fly away. Found the perfect one for it. Let's scare these hecking birds. These bad birds. Come on, they didn't get scared of it. They're spreading out like their tails like nothing happened. There's that quarter rant sitting on there. It always is. When I come here most of the time, it is doing that. I'm gonna scare these quarter rants soon. I can still see that quarter rant that seems to take off not too long ago. And now it has to get very high so it can easily get away from this area. So it can get out of the certain parts that it was at. I'm going to try another to get a few sticks so I can scare them off. And if I get one of them, any of them will probably take off. I'm not sure they're supposed to be making some sort of noise, because there's a game that had a quarter rants and it's special, and the quarter rants did make a lot of noise. And they sound like this. something like that, but a little bit lower pitched. Ugh. Ah, oh, oh, look at that thing. He's scared. Ah, ah. Let's pick up a different one and throw it. Ugh. I can't believe that cormorant was so scared. It want to fly away. Ugh. Oh. Doesn't work against those cormorants. Only one cormorant felt bad about it. Ugh. That cormorant doesn't get that skin. What did you say?
Okay.
Yes, I am. I am okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's put it up. That doesn't scare him either. There's that cormorant close to the shore. I'm sure it will get pretty scared. Let me buckle up my helmet. Just in case. As you can see, I can still talk to Dad, but it's very hard for it to notice because it doesn't go as far as one of the things called a GPS that sees your kid what it's doing. Ah! Kick the tree more. You see this? Ugh. Still doesn't work. Yeah, I give up on these cormorants. They're too hard to scare off. Cool. I thought that was a cormorant. That was either a woodpecker or a blue jay. Okay, do I see all those flamingosters and birds? I'm gonna focus on them. Soon the normal ducks and geese will be back here, but to this part of the season you see herons, hooded and cormorants. Not what you usually see in the summer here. Well, sometimes at these times there's mallards, but when it gets to summer, usually there starts to be a lot of them. Oh, throw something at that cormorant. I planted. It's probably gonna remember me. Some Labrador retrievers probably. Usually they're pretty aggressive, but they don't seem to want to bark now. It's probably because they don't see me as a threat. If I tried to hurt them, they would attack, but I could also get easily in trouble by the owner, not only by dogs. Okay, that cormorant might get pretty scared of me. He's sitting on there. Okay, I'm again sure this guy's pretty scared. Oh, look, he's taking off because of it. There, he landed. It scared him so much, so he wanted to go pretty far. First he did a little flight and landed back in, but he was so scared that he wanted to do it even farther. He thought he only just got to do that 1 inch. Then he's done. There's all the hooded and maybe a few bufflehead ducks. which are pretty rare for North Carolina. Buffalo-head ducks are here less, and there's a reason why hooded McGinsters are seen here. Is because hooded McGinsters ponds up north are starting to freeze, and it's not quite frozen here, so I feel like this is the perfect place to do it. They would rather freeze some cold temperatures here than completely having their pond freezes up north. And this big old log, whatever, just like a big stick, might scare a cormorant when I go back around. So I'm gonna take it with me. It'll be pretty aggressive towards any bird. Probably will scare him a lot. I can't believe that cormorant. I thought it was gonna fly away from the whole entire pond, but instead of doing that, it just flew pretty far on the pond. So it can be a far from area it was and from me as well. And so it can be far enough for comfort. Because what I threw was super scary for it. So yeah, as soon as it landed, then it also started to run and flap its wings, run on the water. And when it finally got the grip, it took off. A short burst. And there's many hooded McGinsters down there as well, so I'm gonna try to scare them. And I think I see mallard ducks. And the dogs see their owners afraid. I saw a few McGinsters there, but oh yeah, they were diving, and now I can see them again. They're probably gonna get scared because it's a smaller space, and they have a pretty big fear of humans. If a hooded McGinster just came out from diving like right in this area, it would immediately take off. Because of his fear of humans. Yeah, there's probably 3 of them there. I heard my dad. Yes. Too fast to film me. I saw a duck at the shore. If I keep this thing down, it'll be easier for me to get there and scare them. I can see it up there. And I might get there on time to scare it up into the air. Let's just go fast. And scare it pretty badly. But I'm not going to throw it at them, because it probably won't work. And I'm going to save it for the cormorants, because it's not a whole entire store of many of this. Even if it was, it would probably cost money. And I don't have any money. And it's not possible for many of shapes of these things. Yeah, I could see that when it begins, and I'm probably gonna scare it bad enough to at least get it to fly a little bit. It had its diving technique, but soon after it dives, it has to go back to shore. Oh yeah! Yes, I got it up in the air. I think this might be a bufflehead duck. I'm not sure if it's a hooded against or a bufflehead. It's probably a hooded against. Oh, actually, it looks more like a bufflehead. I can see the difference between his head and the hooded against head, and it's even more small. It's even smaller compared to them. Hopefully, the quarter rance will get scared of this. Hooded against down there is starting to go more closer to the shore, so I easily might be able to scare them. I'm gonna try to scare off those quarter rance from the trees. 2 of them were in the water. Earlier, all of them were out of the water, but 2 of them went back in. One flew out of the tree, and another got scared and started to fly for a short distance. It was skimming. Skimming counts as flying, but it's very low flying. And the Korean Swisses can land on houses, but not in the water. I mean, not on the land, because they cannot take back off. But how they get up to food is that they also go in the water and skim. Or actually, that's how they drink. And for food, they eat it in the skies. We have a similar bird that goes here on my dad's flight with Swisses, but it's actually just very similar. And it can take off from land. Even though it's the same pair of wings, they're a little bit different, and it's a lot more powerful, which means it can take off from ground. But it prefers to be in air. It's just that it may not sleep in the air like a Swiss. Swallows are different. First I thought they were the same things, but they're different generations. And I don't think they even live in the United States, or maybe just North Carolina. Doesn't work. I want to save it for more stuff, so I'm not going to throw it. I think I see a bufflehead duck there. Let's try to skin him off. Yeah, still there. Wow, look at all those quarter rance. They're just flying by. I don't think they're landing or they came from here. I don't think it was either. There's a chance they came right here, but it's more likely to not be true. When all the ducks and geese came here, it was pretty loud, and there's usually thousands of both of them when they do start packing around. Like, not actually thousands, but maybe over 100. Thousands of geese spawn. Even though it's smaller than this spawn, its pond can carry more. It usually gets more geese there than this pond. You know, sometimes it gets over 100, and it's very rare for this pond to get 100. In summer, it is very common for dozens of geese pond to get them in summer. But at this time of the year, there's smaller groups at thousands of geese pond. But eventually, I'm gonna start going back to it and scare more geese. And it's also meant as the least amount of duck pond, because it usually doesn't have ducks, but sometimes it does. And the amount that it has, there's only 2. Holy crap. Maybe some parts there's even more than that, but that's the often group that comes there. And not as often as even a single big group of geese. Not even as often as a single group of geese will come. It's pretty rare, but the days that it happens, usually happens like for a couple days. But this pond is the most often for them to do this. I call this the thousands of duck pond. Oh, the quarter rants are taking off. Are they just finding another spot to land? No, they're not. They're going high up. I think they're going on a tree. No, they're not. And it doesn't summon the other quarter rants to fly away. The other quarter rants just look as they take off. Quarter ants are going higher and higher until they're finally high enough to fly away from this area. Sometimes they don't go too high. Sometimes they go very, very, very high. But most of the time, I do go very, very high. Quarter ants are about to fly over again. Whoa, they're separating. They're separating. I think one of them wants to come back here, and the other one seems to go away from the pond now. Or they just, maybe the other one doesn't have enough lift, has to contain more lift. First I thought these guys were cranes, and I even thought herons were cranes. It would make more sense to think a heron is one, because a heron is pretty big and it's the shape of the crane. But I figured out cranes are a little bit bigger. That's the biggest difference. Because in the category you got quarter ants, herons, and cranes. Quarter ants, cranes, and herons. Quarter ants are the smallest part of the group. Sometimes herons are, but quarter ants are usually the smallest subgroup. Like the herons are usually get up to in the middle, and cranes get up to the biggest. And storks are chewable storks are probably in the crane family or heron family. Or maybe it's called a stork family. Here is those ducks. I'm gonna scare them off. Yeah, it's flying away. What about the other one? Plane's about to fly over. Yeah, there he goes. He's flying even farther. Almost completely across the pond. And look at that airplane. Okay, let's continue and get more birds and take off. I'm not sure why the other Hermigeds or bufflehead duck, I'm not sure. Went even farther. There is a big old heron down there, and I want to get a chance to scare it. So this time I'm gonna completely make a big old circle and scare the thing off so it flies away. I think guy's trying to get me. Daddy, did you say something?
Are you Okay.
I am 100% okay. I am 100% okay. Oh, there goes the corner. I said I am okay. Daddy, do you hear me? I'm okay. Oh, there goes another one. Daddy, can you hear me? I'm okay. You were not answering. Daddy, this is my last call. Do you hear me? I can't hear you. Daddy, do you hear me? I'm giving up. He wouldn't answer. Okay. No, there's a heron. Let's scare him away. He doesn't have much space, so I bet he's gonna be pretty scared. Oh! There he goes. Pretty scared. Lowering himself back to ground. That's how scared he is. The heron's about to glide down. Yeah, I see him getting ready to land. There he lands. He's gone. Let's get back to going around the pond. I've tried to get him to make noise, but it's hard for me to do that. Okay, yeah, I see them down there. So I'm gonna scare them off. You see, all of them has been flying. I want to get them to fly more. Buffalo heads, ducks come a little bit later after Hoodemic answers because they're a little bit more south for their actual living homes, I think. So then later times, they come to land at this pond. At first, when I saw them, I thought they could not fly at all, but as soon as I finally got a good catch, they flew very far. And I figured that was because they were at certain areas where I could not get them. But if they're like just more than less than 40 feet or maybe more, or even less probably, they still get very scared. I just hope you're enjoying this video. because this takes a lot of work for me to get through down there, back home, and up here, because I have two big old hills that I have to go through with my bike. Good thing it's not a mountain, because that would be almost impossible for me to go up without walking up. Or Bond Park is even harder. Well, I mean, like, it's pretty hard. There's 2 quarter ants, I believe, there. And let's try to scare them. Because this should be the time that they should be flying away. And maybe they'll get scared enough to fly away this time. Yes, quarter ants are the second largest bird here right now. It's the heron. That is the biggest one here now. And it's the biggest one that usually comes. Sometimes cranes might come. It's very rare. Oh, he flapped his wings. Oh, didn't work. The buffalo-head duck, I think, is the smallest duck. Maybe it's just for diving ducks. But it is a diving duck, just like hooded mergansers. And diving ducks dive and get their food underwater. But in rare cases, if there's barely any humans, they go on the land and eat it off there. It's just like something that only once in your lifetime might happen. It's just super rare, because it's super scary for them to do it. They would rather stay in the water because they feel safer. Okay, it just died, but soon it's going to come out of the water and I'm going to be able to scare it off to fly, probably. I can't see it underwater. Oh, there it is. Oh, ah. Went away. He's gone. Hopefully I get the actual hooded mergansers to fly. Or they might just fly away from time. The hooded mergansers and buffalo-head ducks always fly away from me. So, usually they do even in the warm water. And they never go on the land unless they feel like it's super safe. And sometimes people aren't going. There's the heron. Be very quiet. And when it looks away, you gotta come closer. Oh, there goes the heron. The quarter ants. They're flying. Here its wings. Heard the whistling. There's a big old heron. Holy crap! Look how scared that got him. That brought him to the air. Because how much is...
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm 100%. And also, why earlier you did not answer when I was saying something?
I guess I didn't hear you, but I hear you now.
Okay.
Before you come home.
When the set sent a little bit more and everything wants to fly away.
I think, let me check with Mommy.
Okay. Call me when I need to come back. Did you say something? Did you say something? And is it time to come back?
Mommy said,
Okay. 10 more minutes, guys. The sun might set a lot in that period of time, but usually they don't time it. They just feel like it's 10 more minutes. And usually it's more than 20 minutes when I hear that. All it means is that it's a limited time before it's time to come out. Yeah, this is starting to be very icy, so it's easier for me to walk on without getting my shoes wet. If it was complete ice, I might slip, but it's better than falling in the water and drowning. I would rather fall to the ground or faint than die by drowning. Yeah, I could see 3/4 it's gone. They already went away from the... Oh, actually, they're coming nearby. Wait, they seem like they want to land. Or maybe they're just relaxing their wings. They often seem to stop flapping for periods of time. Yeah, they're just flying by. And maybe even the hooded McGansers will take off away. And buffleheads. The heron probably as well. That swing did not really scare the heron. But I'm gonna soon everything will be scared off or thinking it's too late to be here. I see 2 airplanes in the air. I just took off from all I do. I can see them pretty far away. But they're still pretty far, like more than 20 minutes away. That plane down there is 20 minutes away probably. And it's going to more than 100 miles per hour. So it gets here less than 20 minutes. Only this one probably is going to be coming by here. It is already. Yes, got him off. The air from his wings is going over to some other quarter rance. Okay, he is landing back down there. Let's focus on some of the hooded McGansers now. And go around the pond again. And eventually I'll scare off the heron again. Maybe. Oh, the quarter rance are gone, as you can see. But we only have a few dogs, I just want to mention. But a heron and of course the hooded McGansers. And usually there's the most of them at these times. That dog has a very small tail, hard to see. Most dogs like that have big tails. It's like we're walking around the pond now a lot. You'll see a lot of geese, ducks, and stuff like that eventually in the summer. And I can't wait for that period to come, but there's an even closer pond that usually at this time only has geese. I knew that dog was gonna bark at me. Oh God, he did it again. I knew it. Except it's just one bark this time. He's always looking back. He probably wants to protect his owner. There he is. I don't know it's gone. Dogs. That doggo. Owning a dog can be pretty hard to do. As soon as I hear it's time to go, probably will drop the stick. I still can't wait to have a cold because I am cold, but whenever it's not being cold, and I usually continue to make my video bigger. Honey McAnswers are starting to gather in the bufflehead ducks. The Honey McAnswer ducks and holy God. Holy macaroni, back there we got something dangerous happening. It's just that they're in neighborhoods, so they don't want to wake up people. There's not much traffic, so they don't need the sirens on. They do need the lights, just in case there is somebody, so it can tell them to make way for it. But they don't need the siren usually. Ah! Look at all those damn Honey McAnswers. I don't feel so scared there because they're pretty far from the shore. I'm sure the heron is still there. The Honey McAnswers seem to be like going pretty far from the shore, and the buffleheads, of course. They don't want to fly away because they're way too far. They're scared. They're swimming fast. But they know they don't have to fly. They think they have to fly away when they're closer, but all they know, they don't know. So they're just trying to get them to fly. But they don't know that I'm trying to get them to fly. They just get scared. All they know is that I'm scaring them. But I'm not sure why. It's pretty good stuff. And the heron also doesn't know that I'm trying to scare it. If the heron wasn't that scared of me, I would just go up to it and smack it and scare it. Well, not so hard, but threatening. I will not have to hurt it because I can get the wildlife and you guys to call the police. But I mean like smacking it with a stick, just tapping it on it, and that might easily threaten it. The dog is coming closer. Now they're following me. I'm investigating. Okay, so the only one that's today that we see at the pond that's not actually swimming is the heron. It only likes to eat the stuff at the area, not like swim. And it's pretty heavy, and it makes no sense for a heron to do that. And it's very hard for it to get to ground because it's pretty tall and it's not going to be easy for it to swim. Oh, I can see, I think I just saw another emergency vehicle. No, that's probably an Amazon truck. I knew it was just an Amazon. Heron's looking away. Very quiet. Oh. A fly was gonna land there like last time. I think he's flying away from the area because he seems to go pretty high, or he just wants to get over there. Probably getting over there because, oh, actually, yeah, he's going very high. Sometimes I see two herons here. Oh, he's going to a tree. I knew it because he was going extremely straight and aiming for that tree. Then he landed there instead of far, far away. PC6 is up there. It's a public PC6, that's what I think it's called. The brand might not be that called that, but I know the plane's model is a PC6. It might not be a PC6, but I know it has PC in its name. Okay, this is starting to melt a little bit, or getting like a little hard to walk on. Starting to collapse, but I can still walk on it pretty much with no problem. Hoodemic are starting to go there, so instead of wasting a lot of my time, I'm going to go to the area that they are going to. Hoodemic are going closer to shore, probably for some sort of reason. I gotta get closer. Hoodemic and faster, so they won't let you scare them off. Because I'm also going pretty fast, but faster than them. And I'm sure I'll get them faster than they can. Okay, they're going pretty far from the shore. I mean, like, dog and the bro. I'm not sure they're gonna even be close enough for me to get them super scared. Maybe a little bit of flying, because they're kind of, oh, they're fighting. That's why they seem to go around. They can make these noises, but their noises are nothing like mallard ducks. And they're high pitched. Most people think old ducks make a quack, quack noise. Oh yeah, I see a little bit flying. But instead, they make that noise. He doesn't like it. The dog barks at me. That scared him. Oh, they're flying everywhere. And they're going very far from shore. I just heard them. They don't answer. I don't see them as often as mallard ducks. Even though when I do see them very properly. Okay, it's already been more than 10 minutes and my parents didn't even ask me to come. They did not even say 5 more minutes. And that's how I can prove that it's been over 10 minutes since I do them. Because they don't time. Oh! So a little bit of flying in the herd their wings. Okay, they seem to be coming closer to shore. So I'm gonna stay here. There's no point to keep going all around the pond when they're going closer to the shore. I wish just that I always hear this noise, and even from here I still hear it, and I hear the wind down. I'm not sure what it is.
Where you at, buddy? Where you at?
I'm at the pond. Why?
Now it's dark outside.
Could I have a minute?
Oh, Mommy said no. She says if you're not here in 8 minutes, there's gonna be no phone.
Okay, I guess I gotta go.
You coming now?
Yes. Guys, I gotta get one moment. Ugh. Didn't work. Well, guys, guess it's over. I gotta say goodbye. Moon phase up there. Half moon. Well, guys, I guess I gotta go. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Well, guys, I guess I'm going for the win again, sirs. I hope Daddy doesn't complain for coming slowly. They should be happy that I'm coming back. Okay, I'm gonna zip up the thing in the pocket. Okay, guys, you're gonna put down the phone. Look the thing. And now we're going. So guys, thank you for just being my subscriber. Bye.